The NFL was a very, very different place in 1975. It was. Things were different. People were different. But it's time. We're all going to take a ride back to 1975 today with a roster that is somewhat accurate, but not completely, and see who's going to win titles. So let me explain to you guys this video idea. Let me quickly go through every single team, because there's some messed up teams. There's a few of these teams you can't vote for because they're not even legend teams. So the Bears, this is the Bears. Random Vontae Davis in here. A lot of these teams are accurate with one really good player from current time. Don't worry about it. It is what it is. Don't judge the guy. He probably was up for 3,000 hours in a row trying to make all these old guys who I've never even heard of. I don't even know how you find a 1975 NFL roster, let alone have the time to build one. So shout out to this guy. Now we got the Bengals. Odell's on the Bengals for some reason. Don't ask me why. This one's pretty accurate, but you got DeAndre Hopkins on that team. There's a bunch of weird stuff on this roster. I don't know who's updating it. I don't know who's going about it, but let me just go through all the teams real quick. The Buccaneers, don't vote for the Buccaneers. They're all messed up. Same with the Chargers. Chiefs look good. Cowboys. And while I'm going through this with my left hand, I'm just going to talk about what we're going to be doing. Dos seasons. 2. That means 2 in Spanish. We're doing dos seasons. You have to guess who's going to win the championship. It doesn't even matter that these aren't completely accurate. You guys are seeing the teams right now. Feel free to go back and forth. Feel free to do whatever you got to do to make your prediction. You make your prediction, you stick with it. You lock it in the comment section. You click that button, you lock it in. Then you drop a like on the video. That's not necessary, but I appreciate when you guys do that. So the Raiders, the Rams, I'm almost through. There's a lot of teams. When you go through it, there's a lot of teams in here. The Seahawks, and then you have the Steelers, the Titans, or the Texans, the Titans, and the Vikings. And if you saw a team as I was going through that looked like current NFL players, don't vote for them. Just don't. I'm telling you right now. I'm looking you in the eye. Do not vote for them. So, my first prediction, as you can see in the top right corner, is the Pittsburgh Steelers. I messed up. I might have potentially hit sim all the way through. That could have been something that happened. I am going to be honest right now. That was not the intent of the simulation. We will see what happened though, because we still have the luxury of seeing that. Okay, so preseason, let's go to postseason. They lost in the divisional playoffs to the Oakland Raiders. Of course the Raiders. Of course there is. One of my best friends is a Raiders fan. I feel bad for him. We both. So I'm a Titans fan and he's a Raiders fan. So we were both all pumped up this year. Last year sucked for both of us. We were just like sad all year. We just kind of like didn't say much. This year I was talking a lot of smack. Mariota gets hurt. Carr gets hurt. We both shut up. We both shut up a lot. We shut up very fast when our star quarterbacks get hurt. So because of my little sim mistake, we lose in the division. But that's not so bad knowing we would have found that out eventually anyways. No big deal. My predictions suck. That's nothing that's new. But we want to see what the statistics would look like in 1975. We're going back so many years. Terry Bradshaw, who looks weirdly like Kirk Cousins. Do you guys see any similarities between Terry Bradshaw and Kirk Cousins? They honestly could be father-son. It is crazy. Hope you guys know I'm kidding right now, because I know there's one guy who's thinking like, TDBarrett, are you blind? It's obvious that that's Kirk Cousins. I'm not blind. Okay, Franco Harris had a good year. Let's go to the NFL. I'm sure we're going to see like O.J. Simpson. Gotta love O.J. Simpson. I'm locking it in. Don't even care. Haven't even seen how they did. Bills winning the next season. Bills are winning the next season just because of O.J. Simpson. Boom. Lock it in. Walter Payton, Terry Metcalf, Chuck Foreman, Liddell Mitchell. If you guys were born a long time ago, which I don't think any of you guys were, you might kind of understand what's going on here. But if you're like me and you don't really know, you probably don't know a lot of these players. And you're not going to lie. For some reason, all these receivers, John Stallworth is an old one. He's definitely not someone. Odell Beckham Jr., don't even have to look at that. Bob Trumpy? Who's that? Any relation to Donald Trump? Without the Y? I don't know. Gene Washington, Moses, Michael Crabtree. It's so funny. You got all these like legends, then you just throw Michael Crabtree in the mix. Just nothing against Crabtree, but look at that. His picture just kills me. I don't know why. I find it so funny. Michael Crabtree's Madden picture this year. I don't know. Julius Thomas. I'm done looking at those because those are boring. Let's go look at defensive stats. We got Joe Federspiel, Danny Trevathan, Steve Kiner, that's definitely a name that's legit, Vincent Ray, Arthur Brown, Mike Curtis, Donald Butler, and Bobby Wagner. So it's time to go to the Super Bowl. Let's see, actually 1 second. We're not done yet. We're not done. You guys thought you got out that easy. We're not done. I'm going to overanalyze some stuff ridiculously a little bit more before we're getting out of here. Okay, points per game, where were we? Let's see. Steelers were 5th. Points allowed per game is what I want to see. Why are we on offense? Defense, boom, points allowed per game. Where is that average? Total points. We didn't have the best defense. How is that a thing? I thought Pittsburgh was known for their defense. I'm going to shut up. Let's go ahead and see who won the Super Bowl, because that's what you guys wanted, because my prediction's wrong. That doesn't mean yours was wrong. So we're going to sim to the offseason. That's what you have to sim in order to see who wins the Super Bowl. And you guys are all sitting there itching. I can guarantee it. I'm picturing all you guys. You're just glued. Just absolutely glued listening to this guy who doesn't know as much about the NFL as you wish he did talk about sports. You're probably chirping me in the comments right now saying, TD, you don't know anything. You're making fun of my blue headband, which isn't even on. I don't know. I'm just trying to talk. I'm trying to kill time. I'm trying to kill time. Well, the most unnecessary thing about all video games takes place, the time it takes to simulate. You're telling me they don't have a computer that could do this? You're telling me they don't have a computer that could sim in 2 seconds? Come on. Most ridiculous thing. It drives me crazy. Let's go ahead and see who won the Super Bowl. League schedule. The Vikings win the Super Bowl against Cincinnati. So let's go look at those rosters, make sure those are legit, or else we're going to have to go to the conference finals to see who the real champion was, because for some reason I don't think in this game you can have something go lower than what am I trying to say right now? I don't know what I'm trying to say. I'm trying to get out a sentence that makes somewhat sense, but it's not working. I'm just going to stop talking. Okay, so this team, not really legit, kind of legit, but I would say because of the fact they have Odell, Marshall, Desmond Trufant, that makes them not legit, but they're all right. Vikings, if Vikings are a real roster, no, look at this. Dez Bryant, so neither of these teams, but they both have flashes. That's what bugs me. They both have flashes of legitness. I want to give the title to the first team here that was 150,000.2% legit. And we got to find that team by going to the conference thing. This is taking me forever. You guys are getting heated. Conference. Okay, so who lost? Raiders lost to the Bengals, and Tampa Bay lost to the Vikings. What do you mean? What do you mean Tampa Bay, Cincinnati, Minnesota? What the heck? Tampa Bay. Was Tampa Bay not in the Super Bowl? No, Tampa Bay was not. Oakland. If you guys guessed Oakland, that is the team that went the furthest with a legit roster, I believe. With a completely legit roster. This video is a little bit messed up, but that's what I'm saying. That's my point. I'm sticking to it. Let's go into season 2. I'm picking the Buffalo Bills to win the whole thing, and I will see you guys in the postseason. Lights out, lying in your arms, and these so this may go down as one of the stupidest things TDBarrett has ever done. And I don't usually talk about myself in third person because I usually don't do things that warrant talking in third person. We went 3-12. Simpson got hurt. We had the worst record in the NFL. How is it possible everyone gets hurt? How is it a thing that every single person gets hurt? Look at this. I don't know how this happened. I thought O.J. Simpson was going to just carry the team. How many yards did he rush for? I got to see how many yards he rushed for. It was terrible. It was absolutely terrible. I imagine it was nothing based on the record. I hope your guys' predictions, I hope you didn't follow me on this one. Sometimes I'm like, oh yeah, you should last in offense. Good old Joe Ferguson. O.J. Simpson gets hurt. We might as well, we're just got to sim to the offseason now. We got to see if you guys are right. Because I hate being wrong. I'm someone who likes being right. I'm just kind of dumb. I'm just straight up kind of dumb sometimes. I make crazy predictions just like, Bills, O.J. Simpson, 600 yards. Oh, Bills next season. And then I don't even think about it. And then they don't even make the playoffs and have the worst record. This is embarrassing. And I'm not going to edit this out. I'm not going to be like, oh, let's go redo it. Let's go redo it. They'll never know. No. I like to keep things 100% with you guys. That's the type of person I am, and that is the type of commentator I am. Simming through the Pro Bowl, about to get to the finish here. Moral of the story, 1975 was not a good year for TDBarrett. Talked a lot in the third person. Couldn't guess anything. Terrible. OJ Simpson got hurt. So for me, 1975, not that great. Not a big fan of 1975. Super Bowl week is over, I believe. Come on, come on. There we go. Let's go see who won the Super Bowl so we can see for all of you people if your predictions were right. So we got to go to league schedule, go to the Super Bowl. The winner of the Super Bowl was the Vikings. Pittsburgh, runner-up. Pittsburgh wins. They were a completely legit roster. So if you pick Pittsburgh for the second season and Oakland for the first season, you are correct. If you're me, you're not. But it's funny because the last 2 times I've picked Pittsburgh first and they've won the second time. I don't know if that's a thing. If you guys like the Madden videos, be sure to drop a like down below and hit that subscribe button. I love you guys so much, and I will see you guys next video.